Well, this probably won't go down well. Let's begin. The article says that BBC bosses have refused to consider ways to defuse the dispute over scrapping free TV licences for the over 75s, a campaigner has said. Dennis Reid, the director of Silver Voices, urged Claire Summer, director of policy at the BBC, and Shirley Cameron, director of revenue and customer management, to open discussions on resolving the long-running dispute. Mr. Reid said the BBC policy on the over 75s is intransigent and leading the BBC into a cul-de-sac from which they will be unable to reverse. Their hardline no-negotiation policy will weaken their hand in future discussions on the future of funding the BBC. During a virtual meeting on April the 18th, Mr. Reid pointed out that the existing BBC policy of sending increasing numbers of threatening letters to other households but maintaining a no prosecutions policy was untenable. He warned it was making the BBC look weak, vindictive and even ridiculous. Silver Voices said up to 350,000 households have declined to pay the £159 licence fee nearly 3 years on from when the benefit was withdrawn. Well, of course, the BBC has disputed this figure. A TV licensing spokesperson said it remains the case that over 9 in 10 households are correctly licensed and evasion remains low. We work hard to support people and stay licensed, providing a range of options to help spread the cost. The BBC also pays for over 700,000 free TV licences for the over 75s in receipt of pension credit, and we meet regularly with the organisations like Silver Voices to discuss these matters and are happy to continue to do so. Does anyone else think it's a teeny weeny bit strange that while they say they're happy to meet those organisations, they are presumably unhappy to move from their no negotiation position? I mean, it's a bit like they're unwilling to even provide something as small as a Happy Meal to anyone who is not on pension credit, no matter what their age. And as the cost of living rises, £13.25 a month, which is going to be increasing next year, by the way, remember, to £172 a year, is going to be quite a lot of money for some people, regardless of if they're over 75 or not. And the BBC really must think about that, because one day in the future, whether they like it or not, they will be forced, no doubt, to go to the adverts or subscription route. I personally hope they'll go to ads, and that way it'll be companies that fund them, and the rest of us won't feel obligated to pay them at all if we want to watch other TV channels live, which, to be honest, shouldn't be the case now, never mind in the future. At the end of the day, they are nothing but a TV station. They have no right at all, in my opinion, to charge us to watch other TV stations live. It's just absolutely ridiculous, and I can't see how that can continue for much longer, even if the 2027 deadline is fast approaching, when hopefully their Royal Charter TV licence protection will finally get the chop. And just remember, BBC, your most loyal audience are presumably OAPs themselves, because I don't know about anyone else, but us younger people tend to watch streaming services like Netflix, YouTube and whatever else, rather than just sit down in front of a TV and switch on either 1, 2, 3 or 4 and 5. We're not in those old-fashioned days anymore, and it's time you, BBC, realise that. Otherwise, it'll more than likely be your end doing, I'm guessing. And if you think they're being a little bit petty now, then wait until you see this video with what the BBC appears to throw their dummy out over. Anyway, subscribe for more and I'll see you in the next one.